Hey guys, I hope you guys are well. I'm back again with another tips video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 tips that will help your move to Ghana be easy. I consider myself an expert now because I've been here for 5 years. Oh my God, every time I say it, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But here are some things that I feel like are super useful if you're thinking about making a move to Ghana. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to speak about is money. Guys, you guys know money makes the world go around no matter where you live in the world. It's not necessarily just Ghana. No matter where you are, if you have money, it just makes life comfortable. 99% of your problems in Ghana can be solved with just some money. Okay, guys? So the reason why I say money is super important if you live out this way is you can pay for convenience of everything. Anything that you're going to have to deal with if you live in Ghana, you can pay to have access to it in a more convenient way if you can pay your way through it. I feel like you can pay your way through everything if you live out this way. This can be good and bad, but at the same time, it means that if you have access to money, then it makes your life super easy and super comfortable. So in terms of money, I did a cost of living video for you guys not long ago, so you can make reference to it if you want to know the price of different things and that kind of thing. So if you're thinking about how much money to bring if you're coming to Ghana, I would say based on that cost of living video, you can decide on how much money will be enough for you or for you and your family per month, and you can have up to a year of that upfront. If you have that saved up, you have some emergency funds for should you decide to return to where you came from, or just in case you have a health problem or something like that. Those 2 things are super important. And then finally, have an income. Even if it's $100 a month, $200 a month, whatever it is, have some form of income if you want to make your life easy when you move here. So yes, so money is the top thing that you need to ensure that is sort of well organized before you make that decision to move here. So my second point, it's more useful for people that have never been to Ghana before but have seen lots about Ghana and are wanting a change in lifestyle and are wanting to experience something different, so are considering moving to Ghana. It's important to come on holiday, guys, before you decide to make that move. Come on holiday for a period of time, a good 3 months, a good 4 months, a bit more than a couple of weeks. If you can't commit to a long period of time because of work commitments, then come a couple of times and experience it at different times of the year and that kind of thing, so that you can be well exposed to the kind of things that you're likely to be exposed to when you finally move here. I feel like a holiday definitely helps to prepare you better for when you decide to fully make the move. Don't just get up and I feel like the culture shock is too much if you decide to just get up once and for all and just make a big move, like carry all your bags and just move straight away. I don't think that's a good idea at all. There's a lot of things that you're going to be adjusting to, so it's better to come on holiday for a couple of times, see how you like it, suss it out, see the things that you can adjust to suit your own needs and that kind of thing before you make the big move to here. This next point can be the main determinant of whether you're able to remain here on a long-term basis or you come and leave. So it's super important to be aware of this. One of the biggest things I find is super helpful if you decide to live here is to refrain from making references to where you came from. So it's very easy to compare and make references. Oh, in America we don't do it like that, in Australia we don't do it like that, in this and that it's like this, and it's like clearly you're not too happy or you want to change in life or something like that, and that's why you have made that decision to come and experience Ghana for a bit or move to Ghana for good. So if you've made that decision, then you need to commit to it wholeheartedly and not make references to, because if you're constantly comparing, believe me, you won't last. You'll be here for a very short period of time. You'll be constantly frustrated, you will run out of patience, and you'll be out of here with quickness. Okay, guys, so it's super important to refrain from making references. Obviously, Ghana is completely different to where you're coming from, and that's why you have made that decision to come and stay here, because you want something different. So embrace that change, embrace the the difference and just take it a day at a time rather than consistently making references. I talk about this because it's so common. Like, most people that come do this, and most of them cannot stay here. They cannot live here. Yeah, so just be aware of that. If you want to live here long term, then you have to make sure that you do not make comparisons. You're here, you have to embrace all of Ghana. You can't embrace just some aspects and leave some aspects. The parts that don't work for you, you work with it until it becomes suitable for you, rather than consistently comparing it to where you came from. Another point I need to touch on is the importance of having a job, guys. So aside having a source of income that obviously helps you when you're here, and you don't have to struggle financially and that kind of thing, I feel like just as it's important to have a job for your mental health benefits, it's the same thing over here. So if you come here, there's a bit of a honeymoon phase. Maybe the first 3-4 months you may be having a good time exploring all of Ghana and that kind of thing. So you may not necessarily feel like you need a job within that time, and you might have people consistently around you, but those people start to go away from you eventually. Like, after a couple of months, after they become super used to you, they start to kind of go and do their own thing kind of thing. So you don't want to be hit with this period of time where you're like so confused about like your adjustment into Ghana and that kind of thing. So I feel like if you come here, allow yourself maybe a month to sort of set yourself up, but after that month, like, hit the ground running, find a job, get going. It really helps you adjust too, because it gives you a good routine and it gives you something to commit to outside of all the fun things that happen in Ghana. This is super important, and people forget to take this into consideration when they're moving here, because a lot of people come on holiday, have such an amazing time, and then they want to come and live here. So when they come, the first couple of months is all party, and then once the party is done, then it's like, damn, what am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? So if you come and you get a job straight away, then it helps you adjust better, because you have a routine straight away. So you can be doing your partying and working at the same time. And so once the partying is over, at least the job is still there. You have an income, your mental health is good, and you're sane. Okay, so my next point is it's super important to take everybody you come across with a grain of salt when you come to Ghana. One of the things that stand out the most when you come to Ghana is how lovely and friendly people are. But at the same time, you always have to remember this is based on a very short interaction. Even if you get to know someone, if you're on holiday for a period of time, you don't know them well enough. So it's important to know that you need to take your time to get to know people. I really wanted to talk about this point because it's a very common thing where people will come on holiday, meet some really lovely people. Next minute, they start a business together. They're like, okay, you do this, you do that. I'm going back to wherever it is I came from, and I'll manage the business from there, and you can do the part on the ground. Next minute, everything is destroyed and it didn't work out. First of all, the person had their own commitments before they committed to your business idea. Second of all, you didn't really know the person. You're basing what you think you know of the person on like 3 months of interacting with them, or 2 months, or however long it was that you spent in Ghana in the time that you were here on holiday. So it's really important to know that just because somebody is friendly to you today or in that short period of time that you're here doesn't mean that they may be a good fit for you, for your lifestyle, for your business, for your career, for whatever it is that you plan on doing here. Even if it's just friendship, A lot of diasporans go through this, like where they come and they meet people, and then right off the bat they think this is a good person. Next minute the story becomes something else. There's some really, really good people out here, but at the same time you still have to be careful. You have to take your time to get to know people, just like you would anywhere in the world. Just because they're friendly when you meet them today or when you're on holiday doesn't guarantee anything. People can be shady, people can be dodgy, people can lie, people can steal, just like they can everywhere else. So just be aware of that. The final point I want to mention is one of the biggest ways you can save money is to utilize the local services and the local people. So this is also really important. A lot of the time when we first move here, obviously you want to be comfortable, you want to be in a space where that's as close to where you came from as possible. So for that reason, you might live in a really expensive area, and that means you may buy things from expensive places, that kind of thing, and that can make the cost of living skyrocket very easily. I've done a cost of living video recently, so do check it out if you want to know like a breakdown of what it costs to do things. But generally speaking, accessing like local markets, accessing local seamstresses, speaking to the locals as well when you're trying to find things. You know, let's say you're looking for a place to rent. Instead of going just online and going to some website or something like that, speak to a neighbor, walk around the neighborhood that you want to find a place in, speak to people. You're able to find very good deals that way, or you can utilize me as well. You can utilize me, but you're able to find good deals that way in comparison to going to a website, because over here the online space is not heavily dominated like it is in the UK, in the US, and over in the West and stuff like that. So here, if everything that are online are considered expensive, they're considered for the bougie people, they're considered for the rich people. So generally speaking, the prices and things that you will see online is quite different to what you find on the ground. So I think it's important to utilize the local people and then the local services that they have around you if you want to cut your costs in half. It makes a big difference. All right, you guys, I hope you guys have found my quick tip video helpful. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did find it useful and you want more tips on moving to Ghana and that kind of thing. I'll know that if you give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow your bliss, so now life is short. Follow your bliss, na nipa yeden. Follow your bliss, na die besi biya ye, and follow your bliss, na den na mada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. God be with you all. Bye.